Nocturne? Moon of Prometheus. Where is this? Oh, is that... Are those the salamanders? There go the ultramarines.
Yes.
Oh no. It was Sicarius. Did you ask for this? What is going on? Oh!
Congratulations, my friends. Through the power of friendship, you have found all the artifacts.
Oh, that's right. I don't remember which episode it was. I think the Emperor was like, just have the Ultramarines find all the artifacts and put them on a place very near the salamanders. And I guess it was, he kind of meant it as like a planet near them, but just in their bedroom also kind of works, I guess. So now their Primarch has returned. Awesome.
And now I have returned to bring peace and friendship to the entire Imperium. No matter what the voices in my head say.
You are weak, Vulcan.
Shut your nut face, Brain Ghost Ferris. You are not friend.
Damn.
Yes.
Yes.
I did it. I am best forge, father.
Are they actually called Forge Fathers? I suppose it would make sense considering they're the salamanders, and I think the salamanders also specialize in just forging their own weapons, and obviously just the use of fire in general. I don't remember which video it was, but we did have a discussion on like how if the Mechanicus turned on everybody and the Forge Worlds just got shut down, then nobody else would be able to have any weapons, except for maybe the Salamanders who do all of that on their own. I think that's how that went, but yeah. I feel like it's been a while since I saw this. It's probably because the shorts don't have them, obviously. The OP.
Hello, my lord.
Good. My sentient newspaper has arrived.
Before we speak,
Basically.
do you have any idea where Magnus is? I've lost track of him.
You lost track of a 12-foot tall demon man as bright red as a dying star. That is truly a great achievement. I know where he is, however. He is busy writing up the first volume of my soon-to-be smash hit book, The Emperor's Guide to the Galaxy, like I asked.
Understood.
Oh, yeah.
I was worried he'd be off sacrificing children or something. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
We have just
something
received a message
happens.
from the Ultramarines.
Let me guess. They actually managed to do it.
Of course they did.
Found the missing artifacts of Vulcan, yes.
That is
Kato
truly
Sicarius did it, by the
inconceivable.
way.
So the relics that the salamanders have been trying to track down for millennia were found by the Ultramarines in less than a year.
Indeed. I did tell you earlier, my lord, they are pretty great.
Almost too
A
great.
little too good.
Actually, not almost, just forthright ridiculously great. I mean, seriously, what exactly makes those baby blue ball busters greater than the Geckoman at being Space Marine?
Honestly, at this point, just tell them to wipe out all of Chaos and they would probably figure out a way to make it work.
Well, my lord, I'm honestly not sure. I do have a few theories, though. One is that the Ultramarines are simply more versatile. As proven in their combat techniques, they're skilled at using a wide variety of weaponry and tactics, while the Salamanders are just about as focused on pyromania as the Sisters of Battle are.
Hold up. I must have...
Didn't realize the Sisters of Battle were like that, but I guess fire being more of a holy weapon in order to purge heretics makes a lot more sense. Whereas for the Salamanders, it's probably in a very different context.
have forgotten, in my infinite wisdom, about some religious order during the Purge of Terra. These sisters of battle you speak of strike me as not being full of muscle-bound battle buddies with exclusively floppy reproductive organs. What precisely are these sisters?
Well, do you remember the lady called Alicia Dominica?
Oh, are we
The
going to
one I
learn about
brought
the
against
Sisters of
Okayu
Battle here?
during the Age of Apostasy?
My non-existent genitalia are still trembling in uncertainty.
Essentially, it's an organization of people like her. They're the military arm of the Adeptus Sororitas, which you yourself talked about during the latest answer session. You know,
Yeah.
the ones you sent out your erogenous spinets to.
Oh yes,
Oh.
them. That scarcely sounds so grievous after all, seeing as they eliminated that person with the most evil-sounding name I have ever heard. I am most certain they are sensible and rational people.
Yeah. Sensible and rational, yes, those are.
I think those are the exact opposite of what they represent. Because we had never done a deep dive into the Sisters of Battle, I don't recall ever learning of any particular stories about a Sister of Battle. There are likely several of them out there.
Words.
Perhaps I can use them for destructive purposes. If someone would try to prank call me in the future for unspecified reasons, I will be most happy to hear about them later.
Ah, damn it.
Back to the topic. Any other ideas about why the Ultramicroonists are doing the heavier work?
Well, my second theory, while it may be subjective, is that I'm fairly sure blue is generally a better color than green.
Damn.
You know how orcs lose most of the time? Maybe there is a connection.
First,
Oh my god. You know what? Actually, there might be something to it. I don't recall where this was or which video I was watching. It was some sort of video game essay that was talking about balance in PvP games and how just the fact that one side is colored blue and the other side is colored red is already not a balanced game. And they brought us some sort of study where apparently the people who played on the blue side would tend to win more if it was a more strategic based game, whereas the people on the red side would tend to win slightly more if it was a more aggressive action based game. I don't recall the exact numbers or the exact reasoning. I think the deviation was extremely slight, but it was like a pattern that happened between several different games. So while that obviously isn't the reason here, it is something to consider with a massive grain of salt, but still.
that is fucking stupid. The fact that gold exists makes every other color equally inferior. Secondly, before you go on complaining about the Salamander's scheme, you should see their original paint job.
Oh my god.
Some fermented crops waste over them.
That's what the salamanders used to look like officially. Oh, I'm so glad that they changed that. Warhammer fantasy and, well, mostly fantasy. I don't really know about the early days of 40k, but I remember a bunch of people like showing me pictures of older fantasy miniatures, and they were not at all good, nor really in the realm of like average. Some of them were just downright atrocious, quite certainly racist. It was a funky and weird time, wasn't it? I guess 40k also went through something similar, because I think the Necrons also had a pretty big glow up to what they currently look like. I don't recall seeing any of the older models for other factions, though.
It did not fly well with the Mechanicus because of how many seizures the paint job prompted, so they went fuck it and slapped a plain coat of green over them instead.
Oh, wait. Is it this, like, yellow stripy thing because salamanders and they were trying to imitate maybe the natural colors of, I mean, I guess it depends on what salamander you're looking at, but you can kind of see it. Maybe. It's kind of hard to justify this design though, and I don't think it would make for such a great stealth operation suit. Not that they specialize in that. Obviously there's the other Space Marines that do, but still.
Continuing on to my third point, while still speaking about colours, the salamanders generally make your regular civilians and whatnot more worried because they are all black.
What?
Their skin colour is black, my lord. They look very unnatural and quite frightening.
That statement would be so damn hysterical if it did not make me cry tears of pure disappointment from my skull.
My lord.
Oh, no.
And by extension, most likely the rest of the Imperium have gone back to the ideals of ancient times.
Yeah.
When people bounced around and inanely judged each other's characters solely upon the hue of their epidermis.
What?
This is exactly why regular humans
Ah, man. It's something inherent to us where we discriminate against others based off of certain notions that we have about them. I can certainly attest to that as an Asian who used to live in the States and was quite often mistaken for a black person when I'm very clearly not. But you know, it's hard to find any semblance of intelligence from racists. That being said, racism isn't really exclusive to one skin color. It's just everybody dislikes you if you're not like them. But back to the salamanders, I think they are the way that they are. Well, it's kind of the reason why a lot of people have these unique kind of body shapes, just like the Ogryn do, because of their home planet. I think it's just like a bunch of volcanoes and stuff. I don't know.
cannot be left unchecked for a single fucking second before they start blaming and belaming each other. I keep on trying to make humanity function on its own, but it just
It's
will
an
not
impossible
stop.
task.
My lord, I think you-
Actually, I am going to act like a brain-dead fucking mortal now to... Oh boy. I have not seen what sort of coloration yo have underneath that golden mirror yo call a suit of armor in over 10,000 years. Let me see what kind of pigment your corporeal container has, and I will figuratively pour acid salt all over it.
Wait, I am so confused, my lord. Why are your eyes lighting up and it's going back and go, what? Wait, what the heck are you
Oh
doing?
my god, are we gonna actually see this? Oh, oh my god, of course.
What the fuck?
Ow. My lord? Was that really necessary?
You're black. But you are shit-talking other blacks. I am confused.
Black? No, I'm not.
Yes, yo fucking are. Have yo been in that shimmering shell of yours for so long that yo
Oh
forgot yo
my
had something under
God.
it? Gold is not a skin color, unfortunately.
No, I'd call it, like, brownish? I don't know, it's just some standard skin color, not black like the salamander.
I mean, actually, Kid and I have the same skin color. I would call that tan, but maybe it's just the gold lighting all around him that makes him look more tan.
Then what in the fuck are you trying to say?
Well, my lord, I mean, you know, the salamanders all have a literally pitch black exterior with an almost coal-like skin texture and red glowing eyes.
Yeah.
It's like they are bathing in burning promethium on a daily basis.
What are you even on about, Goldilocks?
I am honestly surprised you don't know about this, my lord. I'm certain the salamanders have always looked like that.
Your memory must be distorted from all the smooth, lubricated skin you have consistently been
Really?
exposed to for these past 10,000
Did
years.
they look different before? The Emperor and the Horus Heresy? I would expect them to be the way that they are ever since. Well, even before the Horus Heresy, no?
Your mind has started fantasizing about big, exotic, crust-covered men to come and take you away to the lands of 1,000 volcano cannons exploding in your face.
That might be true, but it does not affect my argument. Look, you can even see it here.
Yeah.
By terrorists, that is new. I do not
Oh, really?
remember this being a thing. Is my mind playing tricks on me? Knowing the state of my memory, perhaps I did forget. Now I just feel like some kind of huge dick.
I feel that your heart is in the right place, but you can't be blamed for your degraded memory of things.
Yes, that is correct. As you know, I am always in the right.
True.
So,
Because
now that I'm
Emperor.
back, I fear the other custodians will come and lubricate my revealed body parts. And start patting my chest like muscular bongos and...
You are such a fragile little butterflower, aren't you? So, please enlighten me. What in the shitacular showboat actually happened to the salamanders to make them look like this? I am positive at least Vulcan had flesh similar to yours. As bad as my memory is, I should be right about that at least. I mean, I am his fucking father, after all.
I'm fairly certain all salamanders, including Vulcan, have always looked like that, my lord.
I am murderously sure I gave all my children natural human pigments. Why would I ever decide to treat one of my infant sons to a bath in a pit of flaming
I don't
tar?
know,
I am
man.
unsure Magnus
What
or
happened?
accept natural pigments.
Shut up and explain.
Oh, yeah, true.
Well, I believe their pigment was actually affected over time by their homeworld of Nocturne. Their gene seed does a chemical reaction to the radiation upon them.
Or no. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. Maybe it was like, but no, even after that, I was thinking, you know, maybe he was just a normal human pigmentation, but then when he got sent off by Chaos just throwing him around the universe and then he landed on Nocturne, that Vulcan became the way that he is, and the Emperor didn't know that. But I mean, even before the Horus Heresy happened, there was probably some sort of meeting between all of them. Unless if I'm just getting events mixed up in my head. Or unless if we're just doing this for the sake of a bit. I don't know. I'll just continue watching.
Planet which inherently turns all salamanders jet black, also shifting their eyes to a fiery red.
No, that is just fucking stupid. Why would the one chapter that happened to have people of black pigment as a majority end up turning into vituperative fucking caricatures of their past selves? Must be. That shit's quintessential.
And now
Probably.
to get the Blood Angels' Cupid wings and the Space
Yay.
Wolves, the wrinkly faces of pugs, all according to my
Wow.
ever-growing schemes.
He's just having his best life. Just living it. Having
My
fun.
lord, I have to ask, do their appearance really matter if they are still loyal and excel as a chapter?
Yes. I mean, no. I mean,
Oh no! The Emperor got caught up in his own hypocrisy. No.
screw this quandary with a fucking jackhammer. Let us just talk about whatever we were discussing before this shitstorm started flailing about the room.
Fair enough, my lord. As I was about to say, another difference between the Ultramarines and the Salamanders are that, while the Salamanders follow the Codex Astartes, they also follow a set of their own doctrines exclusive to the chapter.
Oh, brilliant. More rules I have not been told about.
First off, the Salamanders are very self-reliant and individual for being Astartes.
Yeah.
Each Salamander is taught how to repair and improve his own war gear, effectively making them all blacksmiths.
I mean, I think that's a good thing. Because it just makes you more versatile, no? You don't have to always rely on somebody else to fix stuff for you. You just do it yourself. And maybe they can figure out a way to fix their weapons if they're out in the field or something.
No pun intended. Thanks to this, the Salamanders have a lot of mastercraft weaponry and armor in comparison to other Astartes chapters. This is a useful
Cool.
trait when combined with their latent pyromania.
TOASTYYY Hilda.
Speaking of which, just to establish their tactical prowess, several millennia ago, the Salamanders decided to fill an entire city with Promethean to destroy an Orc invasion. The good news is that it worked. The fire
Nice.
eradicated all Orc spores, stopping any
I mean, yeah, the salamanders would be quite effective against a greenskin invasion. Because that's really the only way to get rid of them, like, completely, right? Like, you just gotta burn all the spores, or else eventually they're gonna grow back. And then they're gonna start another war again. And with how nice the salamanders are, they would probably evacuate the people before, you know, just completely nuking a planet. Can't say the same about other Space Marine chapters, though.
chance of the Horde The bad news is, well, they lit a city on fire.
Well, that is okay.
Also, in the case of
Yeah.
super heavy vehicles, they
It's okay in comparison to, like, straight-up Exterminatus.
primarily tend to use the Land Raider Redeemer, which is basically two gargantuan flamers in the shape of a tank.
As great as
Ooh.
that sounds, it also sounds incredibly unconventional.
Not to
Yeah,
mention they also
like a lot of
visibly
things in
wear
40K.
fire on their armor.
Time out. Are you earnest in this claim? For fuck's sake, do they have a who can't stay on fire the longest contest as well?
They probably do.
Well, maybe not that. But an ancient ritual amongst the salamanders is that when one of their battle brothers grows too old, is dishonored, or is crippled and unable to fight, they will undergo a ceremony which involves them walking out into the fiery desert to meet their death in flames.
What the fuck?
Another one of their customs is that when a salamander actually dies, their body will be cremated in ritualistic fashion in the flames of a giant volcano called Mount Deathfire.
Is the
A
Sage
death
Space
fire.
Marine chapter or a death metal band?
I mean, that's what makes them great. Oh, they're really cool. I mean, my personal favorites are like the Grey Knights. I kind of like that concept, but the Salamanders are definitely up there for me.
Do not manage to get the fallen Astartes back to Nocturne to be cremated, his battle brothers perform a local cremation ritual in which they light the seas on fire and then all stick their arms into the flames.
Now I am starting to feel uncomfortable.
But when a captain of the
very
Salamanders
hardcore.
dies, a grand ceremony is initiated when they strap the dead captain to a giant slab of ceramite-coated marble. Two battle brothers dressed in simple robes then proceed to lower the slab and the captain into a pool of lava. The battle brothers chosen to do this would have their own hands scalded with the white-hot chains that suspended the slab as they lowered it down. They have to do it in
Jesus.
perfect unison, as the chains are engraved with the Salamander's iconography, making the battle brothers' hands have permanent third-degree burns with the semblance of a hammer, an anvil, and a flame upon their palms.
Now this is just becoming fetishistic.
With the death
Who thought of all this? Why is it so specific? The Salamanders are quite literally born and die by the flame.
of a captain, a new one has to ascend to the ranks, of course. In the ritual of ascension, they take the soon-to-be captain and strip him down to only his sash. He is then branded with a mark on his chest and shoulder as to signify his captainship. Then he is placed upon a platform in his undraped splendor and is subject to an extreme pillar-like inferno launched from below that surrounds him for a few seconds. The ritual is then concluded with the words, "Vulcan's fire burns in my breast. With it I shall smite the foes of the Emperor."
They are taking that passage pretty damn literally, it seems.
Very.
Seriously, is this troubling craving for flames a side effect of me placing them a bit too close to some candles when they were just little gene seeds in a tube?
Probably.
Why do so many of my sons have such revolting compulsions?
Oh, my lord, it's not your fault.
That is definitely correct. I never do anything wrong ever.
Well... Anyway, even if they have such a blatant fixation
Moving on
with
from
fire,
that.
they are still one of your finest.
Yeah.
They are a chapter that, despite their imposing looks, do an outstanding job caring for and protecting civilians, often acting as rearguard in several confrontations.
That must go superbly for them considering their specialization with such short-range weaponry.
The population is always grateful for it. One instance was that during the Second War of Armageddon, when all the chapters involved were waging war on all different fronts, the Salamanders picked up the dangerously neglected task of handling supplies, escorting refugees, and helping the defenseless. In the battles upon the planet of Armageddon, the Salamanders fought for the planet's people and generally frowned upon the notion that the populace of the Imperium were of no worth. These ideals are actually so strongly held by the Salamanders that their chapter master, Tushan, came blows with the first captain of a chapter known as the Marines Malevolent. The captain had early bombarded a refugee camp that had been ambushed by orcs, so simply he didn't have time to waste on saving the civilians. This greatly angered Tushan and made the Marines Malevolent generally seem like total arse clowns.
Those Marines Malevolent seem to be suffering from GOG Evander syndrome.
Yeah. Also, why are they called Marines Malevolent? Like, can you be any more straightforward? But good on Tushan, man. It's like, bro, not cool, man. Not cool. I mean, everybody else can be crazy, but we're gonna uphold our ideals.
Seriously, who in their right mind openly names their chapter Malevolent?
Exactly.
The Marines Malevolent don't seem to have anything right about them. Even their color scheme seems rather obnoxious.
No.
It is like they took the Salamander's previous color scheme and
Yeah.
removed everything even remotely good about it. I will have to pencil in a virus bombing upon this abomination. On a side note, it is a good thing Yo inserted this image visualizer into the Golden Throne. It makes exposition much easier.
Yeah, true.
Either way, I hope you do see how the Salamanders are still one of your finest in this regard. They stay true to their Primarch and you in both code and mannerisms.
Yes,
Awesome.
that is all absolutely fantastic, but there is just one problem.
Pyrophilia, my lord?
Other than that, at the beginning of this conversation, I actually asked Yo to provide evidence that the Ultramarines are greater than the Salamanders. Now Yo have just set them up to be creepy but nice guys with a thing for helping people. And fire.
Oh,
Lots of fire.
well, they found the artifacts before the Salamanders?
I want to say Yo are not proving a fucking thing, but I cannot say that without being
Yeah.
wrong, and I am of course never wrong as—
Like, you can't argue with the results. The process to get there is out of comprehension, but they get there.
as already established.
Well, my lord, the Ultramarines will most likely live long, eventually fading into legend with their deeds and self-publicism. But the Salamanders will continue to burn like a mighty flame in the hearts of the people they have defended.
It is better to burn out than to fade away.
Yes, indeed,
Damn.
my lord. Yes, indeed.
Seriously though, next time I meet Vulcan I am going to tell him to take his sons on a field trip to a freezing cold ice planet for a couple of years so they can
Yeah, just
reorient
chill.
their fucking perspective.
Life's not all fire and flames, am I right, my lord?
No, especially in the case of the mangy fur balls of Fenris. I bet Lee Man and his band of puppies are still sitting about trying to figure out how friction works. Actually, those should tell me about their drunken tirades next.
That brought back some good memories. My doggo has passed away for a while now after we found him with 3 dead snakes around him. Went out like an absolute champ. I remember when we first got him, and we had one of those, I don't really know what you would call them in English. Hard tiled floors. For the doggos, it's not really good for them to walk on. It's pretty slippery. And that line just made me think of him. He was a good boy.
Right, well, of course, man.
No!
What?
You must not speak of the wolves.
Who dares suddenly interject things in my presence?
Oh,
It is my
it's a
precious little sentry
centurion!
bubble. How is my sweetheart doing today?
Father, your sweetheart was I, Rogel Dor.
Hey, 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 hey.
What? What a twist! Holy shit!
Hey, 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 hey.
Oh wait, that's the end of season 2. I think there's a little bit more after this though for season 2. I do have the list of the episodes. So don't worry, hopefully I don't miss anything.
My lord!
Your turn. Ah! Yes? What is it you want? You didn't hear anything, right? Not that we were talking about anything. We just like snuggling up close and whispering nice things into each other's ears.
I know, Lord
Yeah.
Israel. This is the 30th time you've told me.
But you may wish to know we have pursued the most mysterious
Who are
lead
these
which was
guys?
to follow, and we've once again found the lost strike cruiser.
The Ophidian God.
Empress,
Ophidian
Empress,
Golf.
Israel, did you hear that? We're totally gonna find Cypher now!
Cypher. Cypher. Why does that sound so familiar? Or, I think I asked this question before and a lot of people were like, what is Cypher? Something like that. I think the general gist of it was extremely mysterious being.
Azrael! There's blood all over the floor now. I really don't want to get that on my armor. It's all murky, probably stains easily.
Isn't that a ton of blood on your armor already? Maybe it's just ketchup.
Well, we'll soon be making fall upon the planet to which we've been led.
That is all.
Thank you, dismissed. Oh, remember to close the door, but not too harshly.
Yes, Lord Belial. I won't close the automatic door to us.
Automatic door.
Did he just sus mouth me?
He did.
Brothers, we're in some deep shit now. If we don't find Cypher, the Inquisition will be after us for sure. They'll start noticing that one of their Inquisitors are missing.
Hey, we're not Supreme Grandmaster. We've hidden the corpse of that stupid Inquisitor in a place where no one will find him. Hacked up in small dried up bits, put it into small packages, and donated his food rations to the Death
Oh
Corps Creed.
my. Oh no. The Deathcore Cree, they go through enough already. Why did you have to do that to them, man? Who are these people? Alright, give me a second. Belial is the current Grandmaster of the Dark Angels chapter, a Space Marines elite first company known as the Deathwing. Ah. Space Hulk Deathwing? And Azrael, I forgot how you pronounce his name, is the Supreme Grandmaster. Getcha.
Do those Creek fellows even eat?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Don't have time for this, Asmodai! Cypher and the Fallen are escaping further away from us the longer we linger. We have to...
Excuse me, my lord.
Ah! No, you heard nothing. I mean, yes, you heard something.
I guess this is just all set up for the next season. So, just to check back in on Cypher, one of the fallen angels, one of the members of the Loyalist chapter, believed to turn to chaos during the Horus Heresy, a being wrapped in shadow. Who? He is the one who the Masters of the Dark Angels seek above all others, where he is their most hated foe. I will say that the picture that accompanies this article looks very much like another character who we saw in the background of certain episodes of TTS. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be Cypher, and that was like a little foreshadowing to him showing up, or if I'm just mistaking him for Abaddon.
But it was certainly nothing suspicious and secretly heretical. Damn it, what do you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you again, but we have discovered sentient activity upon the planet's surface.
What? No! I mean, yes! What is it?
It appears to be the Adeptus Mechanicus, my lords.
Oh, no, wait. are they going to be landing on the planet where the Adeptus Mechanicus found those huge speakers? And that was the episode that I was thinking of, with the guy standing on top of those speakers. Was that supposed to be Cypher? Is this the same Adeptus Mechanicus that we saw in that one episode? I don't know.
Adeptus Mechanicus arrived on the planet before us? Oh, this is such a shameful moment. I'm totally useless. Nobody loves me.
This can only mean one thing! One terrifying thing!
Adeptus Mechanicus is working for the Fallen!
No.
My lord, what are the Fallen?
Oh.
Make
Oh,
him
shit.
repent, Asmodai.
No!